Fulton has unleashed a whole new nightmare on the Land of Dawn, and let me tell you, this shadowy assassin is ready to paint the map red. But what exactly changed? What terrifying new tricks does he possess? Passive skill, Shadow of Sticks. This skill grants helcurt 3 different states. Number 1 is Prowler. When helcurt remains unseen by enemies, he enters Prowler state, granting him movement speed increase. You'll know you're in Prowler when the screen darkens slightly or your level icon gets a smoky effect. And to make things even more nightmarish, you'll also continuously regenerate HP, just like having your own personal guardian helmet. And all you have to do is get out of the enemy's sight. Now if the enemy spot you, you will enter the spotted state. This grants you a burst of 50% attack and movement speed for 4 seconds. This state is when he's the most dangerous because of those buffs. After the enemy has seen you for 4 seconds, you will now enter the normal state. While in this mode, you'll have no bonus stats like the Prowler and Spotted states. So to return to Prowler state, you just have to hide from the enemy's vision. Remember, the enemy must not see you in the minimap if you want to go back to Prowler state. Cool passive, right? However, the nightmare doesn't end there. He has this new feature that grants invisibility whenever he kills an enemy hero. As you can see, he vanished for a moment before appearing at a different spot. First skill, Hidden Terror. Helcurt blinks to a location to deal damage and slow them for a brief moment. However, if he is in Prowler or Spotted state, the skill will terrify enemies just like this. And during Prowler state, the cooldown is 3 times faster compared to normal state. That means you can spam this skill during your jungle phase because of its short cooldown. Remember, while jungling, you'll naturally be in Prowler state since enemies can't see you there. Second skill, Deadly Stinger. It's the same as his old version where you can collect stingers when doing basic attacks. Using the skill will unleash all the stingers to the enemy. It counts as basic attack damage, but it cannot critically strike. One new feature is the recovery of stingers. When in Prowler mode, you will recover a stinger every 1.5 seconds. Ultimate, Dark Knight Falls. Helcurt summons the Dark Knight, basically turning the battlefield into a horror movie where everyone's lost their flashlight. During this, Helcurt gains a movement speed boost, and it also makes it easier for him to enter Prowler state. Skill priorities. When leveling up, prioritize his second skill because this is his main damage source. Level up Ultimate when available, while first skill will have the least priority. So what features were removed from Helcurt? Well, number 1 is his passive Silence. They've removed the ability to silence when enemies inflict crowd control on Helcurt. Look at Guinevere here, finally getting her revenge after all those times Helcurt shot her down with a silence. Another removed effect is the silence when using his first skill and ultimate combo. With the new version, you can only terrify the enemy. However, if you're not, because this new helcurt brings some sweet advantages to the table. If we take a closer look, we can see that he no longer has mana. Combine this with his passive HP regen, and you've got a sneaky nightmare that can practically heal himself by hiding in the shadows. This means no more unnecessary base recalls. The only time you need to recall is when taunting enemies. But that's not all, because he has this scary hit and run feature that will probably land him in the ban section for like 10 years. Aside from disappearing after a kill, he can easily recover his HP and cooldown of his first skill simply by hiding. So after a fight, he'll just hide for a moment to recover. Then after a few seconds, he's ready again with his first skill and full HP. How in the world can you counter that? His gameplay is a bit similar to Natalia, where you have to hit and then run to recover. If you're a Natalia main, you'll feel right at home with this new helcurt. Both assassins love the whole strike from the shadows then disappear routine. And when compared to Helcurt's old version, the new one doesn't rely too much on his ultimate. He can still inflict crowd control to enemies when coming from Prowler state. It's not silence, but it's still a CC effect, which is more than enough to disable the enemy. Anyway, here are some basic tips to help you with his new skills. You can use his passive to detect hidden enemies. If you hear the sound of his passive, you'll know an enemy has seen you. You can even detect a camouflage Natalia. The purple energy is the duration of his spotted state. If it runs out, you'll be in normal mode, which means no more attack speed and movement boost. The direction of the Terrify effect is always away from the center of your first skill. Example, I'll hit this Layla with the center of skill on the side part. As you can see, she moved away from the center of my skill. So if I hit two enemies just like this, they will move away in different directions. You can use this information to make the enemy move towards your teammates. Take time to aim his second skill and avoid auto-aiming. This is a basic helcurt tip, but with the new Terrify effect, you'll need it more often. There's usually enough time to aim your second skill as long as you terrify the enemy, so don't rush and take your time. At level 2, you can easily gank enemies with his first and second skill combo. Let your tank and mage lower the enemy's HP and then jump from behind to secure the kill. The distance he covers with his first skill makes it easy to perform ganks. His mobility during Prowler state enables him to roam around the map pretty fast. Use this to your advantage when ganking or stealing the enemy's jungle camp. However, just like any hero, there are downsides to his revamp. Number 1 is his CC protection. He's now more prone to getting CC'd because he lost his silence passive. Previously, enemies will think twice before they stun helcurt and the risk of getting silenced. Now nothing is stopping them from doing their combos. Another downside is the enemy's vision. Traps from Selena or Popol will prevent him from activating Prowler state. Aldous and Yuuzhan ultimate can be used during crucial Lord fights to stop him from using his passive skill. As for his build, I think there won't be any big changes. His main damage source is still his second skill, which means he can use his old items like Demon Hunter Sword and Blade of the Heptasis. So the big question, is the new helcurt worth banning? Well, let's just say his free HP regen, invisibility, mobility and cooldowns are certainly a cause for concern. However, his release also included a ton of hero adjustments that will change the current meta. There could be someone scarier after this big update. We'll never know, right? But hey, that's the beauty of the Land of Dawn. Things are always changing. Anyway, what can you say about the new helcurt? Is he worth banning? Share your thoughts in the comment section. That's all for this video. Stay safe and thank you for watching.